I'm back, and this time I have come up with a very interesting topic for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you about the concept of float and sink. So first, I'm going to tell you what is float. Float is when we put something in water and it stays on the surface of the water. Okay, that means that thing is floating. And when we put something in the water and it goes down on to the bottom, it means that that particular thing sinks. And so to explain this better, I have collected a few items and I'm going to put those items in this jar full of water one by one, and we will see that what floats and what is going to sink. Okay, so first I'm going to start with something that is you're familiar about. It's an apple. So I'm going to put this apple in this jar and we'll see that if it's going to float or it's going to sink. Okay. Look! It's floating. It stays on the surface. It is staying on the surface of the water. So it is floating. The apple is floating. Okay. Next item that I'm gonna put inside the jar is, these are the some pebbles that I collected from the backyard. I'm gonna put these in this jar now. I'll put it slowly because they are very heavy. Oops. It sank. So a pebble can sink. So it does not float. I'm going to pull it out. So this means pebbles sink. Next I have a leaf. This is a leaf. Okay, I'm going to put this in the jar and we'll see if it's floating or it's going to sink. Oh, it's floating. Look. It's floating. It's on the surface of the water, right? Now I'm gonna take it out. So basically the leaf was floating. The leaf was floating because it was on the surface of the water. Next thing. A lemon. This is a lemon, you know. And I'm going to put this in the jar and we'll see if it's going to float or sink. Oh, it's float. Oh, it sank. It's down at the bottom of this jar. So that means it cannot float, right? It sank. So I'm going to take it out now. A lemon sinks. Now, next thing. Yeah. These are coins. I'm going to put these coins in the jar now. Okay. Watch carefully. Oh, it sank. It's down at the bottom. Look, it's at the bottom. So, it sank. The coins sink. Okay, I'm going to take them out now. My hand is all wet now. Next thing. Okay. These are some flowers that I got that had fallen from a tree in my backyard. Flowers. Let's see if they float or sink. Oh, they're floating, right? See, they're floating there on the surface of the water, right? So the flowers float. The flowers float. Next, okay, So this is a huge key, and I'm going to put this key in the jar and we'll see if it floats or sinks. It's heavy. I think it's going to sink, but let's see. We don't know. I'm going to put it slowly. Uh-oh, it went down. So a key sinks. Okay, it's down at the bottom of the jar. That means it cannot float. It sinks. Okay, the key sinks. I'm going to take it out now. A key sinks. Now, next thing. This is a wooden fork, and let's just put it in the jar and see if it floats or sinks. It's floating. Look, it's floating. It's on the surface. Can you see this? Yeah, it's floating. It's on the surface. It did not go down. It's on the surface. Yeah. I'm going to take it out now. So this wooden fork floats. Next is, okay, now that was a fork and this is a spoon now, but it is a steel spoon. So let's see if it's gonna float or sink. Uh-oh, it went down. So it means a steel spoon is going to sink in the water, because see, I had to pull it out from all the way down. It means it sinks. Next thing is this huge screw. I don't know how I found this. And let's see if it's going to float or sink. I'm going to put it in the water. Okay, so it went all the way down. It means it is sinking, and it means this screw sinks. So I've shown you enough items that, okay, I have this little candle for that we put on the birthday cake. Let's see if it's gonna float or sink. Oh, it's floating. See, look, it's floating. It's on the surface of the water. It's floating. So the birthday cake candles float. So now I've shown you enough of these things that must have explained that what is the concept of float and sink. When a thing floats, it stays on the surface, and if something sinks, it goes all the way down. Got it? I hope you found it informative and full of knowledge. Bye. I'll see you soon.